Welcome in to the second annual Orlando City Fan TV End of Season Awards. I'm your host, Zach Barkus, and tonight we will be revealing the people's votes for these prestigious awards. Tonight would not be possible without our main sponsor, so let's send it over to Zach Canada for that. The only people that don't get time off this time of year are pro athletes, and us at BetOnline. With NFL, bowl season, and NBA in full swing over the holidays, BetOnline isn't taking a second off to make sure you have all the up-to-the-second odds, news, and info. BetOnline has all the sports wagering info available you need with both desktop and mobile access. Head there today to get into the action. Remember to use promo code BELIEVE, B-L-E-A-V, to receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. You do have to be over the age of 18 to bet legally on BetOnline, so Owen, unfortunately, still can't bet, buddy. Our first award is going to be the Orlando City Fan TV Academy Award. This will go to the player who is most dramatic in their flair and acting on the pitch. Here to present this award tonight is Bryce Miller and Zach Canada.
Good to see you, bud.
Pleasure to be here.
And great to see all of you. Thank you guys so much for showing out for this amazing event that we put together every year. The Academy couldn't be here today, so they sent us two idiots, but you get what you get. But at the same time, I put this up there as one of the best awards show in the world. I mean, maybe even better than the Ballon d'Or.
Some would say more prestigious. Yeah.
Well, like Zach said, the first award tonight is the Academy Award for Best Actor. And the nominees are Pedro Galese, Rodrigo Schlegel, and Cesar Araujo.
And the Academy Award goes to Cesar Araujo.
42.3% of the votes. Congratulations, Mr. Cesar.
You'll get your award in the mail.
Congratulations on your award win, Caesar. We can truly say that you did deserve this one with the 2 fines that you had for flopping this season. Congratulations again. Our next award is the Sean Dyche Award. This goes to the player who most represented the Brexit style of management that Sean Dyche brings to the beautiful game. Here again is Zach Canada and Bryce Miller.
Glad to be back.
Oh, yeah.
Well, they must have not been able to find any other presenters because we're here. Sean Dyche Award, probably the most meaningful award to me personally. I feel like this brings the most fun to the game of the beautiful game, as Zach put it.
Oh, absolutely.
So, for the most important award in my eyes, the nominees are Martin Ojeda, Rodrigo Schlegel, and Robin Janssen.
All right. And the winner is Rodrigo Schlegel.
Rodrigo Schlegel with 44.9% of the vote. Congratulations, Mr. Schlegel.
You're going to get a picture of Sean Dyche in the flesh. Come on.
Congratulations, Rodrigo Schlegel, on a season. Now, moving on to the Kingston Award. This is for someone who represents what it truly means to play for the badge with heart and pride, and also apparently not being on Orlando City anymore. Here to present this award is Bryce Miller.
Thank you, kind sir, for that. All right, the nominees are Antonio Carlos, Mauricio Pereira, and Felipe Martins. And the winner is Antonio Carlos with 50% of the vote. He deserves that award. You will be getting this in the mail if we ship to Brazil, which I think we may. Take it away.
Where am I meant to take it to, except for another transition into the next award? Thank you, Antonio, for everything that you did for this club, and you somehow won an award even though you're not here anymore. So congratulations for that, and I hope you enjoy spending time with your family back in your native country. Moving on to the next award. This is the goal of the year. There's no explanation for this one. It's just who scored the best goal. Here to announce this one, Zach Canada.
Well, I hope I'll pronounce it too.
I hope so too.
Goal of the year. We've had so many special moments this season. This team has provided us with so many memories. And one that's not on the nominees list that I would personally like to give a shout out to is the beautiful Duncan McGuire goal in Toronto, the solo goal that won goal of the year for Orlando City Insider, Orlando Soccer Insider. Can't remember. But the nominees for the OC TV goal of the year are Wilder Cartagena's banger against Nashville, Arion Cara's bike against Tigres, and Rafael Santos in Fort Lauderdale. And the winner, with a shocking 77.5% of the vote, Wilder Cartagena versus Nashville. Congratulations, son. What a banger.
As Zach did say, a shocking 77.5% of that vote going to Wilder's goal against Nashville. Maybe a little bit of recency bias playing in there, but it was a banger of a goal. And if you voted for it, cannot really be blamed. Moving on to our next award. It is the Most Improved Player of the Year. Here to present, yet again, Bryce Miller.
There has been a lot of improvement in this side, but the nominees for this award are Rafael Santos, Wilder Cartagena, and Rodrigo Schlegel. The winner is Wilder Cartagena with 50% of the vote. You are a wildebeest, sir.
Congratulations to Wilder for winning Most Improved Player of the Year, but also a massive congratulations to Bryce Miller for pronouncing his name correctly.
Thanks, guys.
If you know him, he can't pronounce names for shit. Moving on to the next award is Newcomer of the Year. Here to present this award, none other than Zach Canada.
Calm down, calm down. It's the third time you've seen me. We don't have to get this excited every time. Speed. Messi's not here. You don't have to. Calm down. Newcomer of the Year. Every year in the MLS, we see lots of faces come into this team, whether it be through the draft or acquired through free agency or maybe even a DP deal. This year we have some great nominees in this category, starting off with Mr. Duncan McGuire, Rafael Santos, and Dagerdan Thorhallensen. And the winner of Newcomer of the Year with 84.5% of the vote, Duncan McGuire. Well deserved.
Big congratulations to Big Dunk himself. Orlando does indeed run on Duncan. You had yourself a season, bud. Maybe there's more awards for you to come. Who knows? Presenting the Young Player of the Year award, unfortunately, Bryce Miller.
Yeah!
Here we go.
Yeah. America. There was a lot of young talent brought in this offseason, but the nominees for Young Player of the Year, Ramiro Enrique, Duncan McGuire, and Cesar Araujo. And the votes go to Duncan McGuire, second award of the night. Maybe a third. Who knows? Congrats.
Big congratulations to Duncan McGuire. 2 awards in a row. Young Player of the Year, Newcomer of the Year. Absolutely killing it, just like he did on the pitch for Orlando City this season. Now here to present the Defensive Player of the Year award, Zach Canada.
That's better, Zach, to you. Defense is always such an important piece in any system, but particularly an Oscar Pereira system. With the Swedish wall back there, even the Brazilian kid out on the wing in Rafael Santos, to Dagerdan Thorhallensen, even El Pulpo in the gates. So many integral parts, but this year there are 3 nominees for the award. Our nominees are Robin Janssen, Rafael Santos, and Dagerdan Thorhallensen. And the winner of the Defensive Player of the Year award with 94.4% of the votes. I don't think you can be surprised here. It is Robin Janssen, the Viking himself. Sir, you've won a place in all of our hearts, and you've now won this award.
An outstanding 94.4% of the vote, probably the closest thing that we will get to a unanimous decision in this award show tonight. Congratulations to Robin. He has won a place in all of our hearts, and he finally has won an OC Fan TV. That's what we're calling him, I guess. hmm, Bryce, just come do the Offensive Player of the Year. Yeah.
Don't talk to me like that, you little shit. We've had some great offensive players in the team this year. The nominees are going to be Facundo Torres, Duncan McGuire, could it be, and Ivan Angulo. Didn't
know he was Russian.
Yep, me either. Doesn't matter, because Facundo Torres wins this award with 48% of the vote. Well deserved.
Facu! Damn, it is highly unfortunate that the Russians even hacked our voting system here, and maybe Bryce's brain calling Ivan some brainwashing type stuff over here with the Eastern Europeans. No offense. Now moving on to the final award, the most prestigious and important award. Some would say the most valuable award. The most valuable player of the year, presented by both of the guys that have been up here 9 times that you've had to see, unfortunately, because I know you're just here for me at this point. Bryce Miller, Zach Canada.
I just want to say, first off, they can't even see you over the mic stand, so calm down, you goblin.
Yeah, I mean, this is definitely the better part of the show, and I'm sorry that you have to deal with him all the time between fan reacts and this. Well, we've come to the end of the show, just like we've come to the end of the year, and we do want to say a quick thank you to everybody for supporting us all this year through all the ups and downs, the consistencies, the inconsistencies, the technical difficulties. It's all been one hell of a ride, but it wouldn't be anything without you guys, just like this award show wouldn't be without you. You are the most valuable part of this show. Corny. Most valuable player award, most valuable people.
Yeah.
Big brain plays, but let's get down to business. What you're all here for, the most important, like we said, better than the Ballon d'Or, the MVP of the OC Fan TVs.
If you win that trophy, might as well retire.
A trophy Messi will never win.
Facts.
Nominees are Wilder Cartagena, Facundo Torres, and Robin Janssen.
And the winner of the MVP of the OC Fan TV award show, Robin Janssen, the Swedish Viking.
Congratulations, sir. You definitely deserve this award, and we hope to see more of this from you next year.
Congratulations to Robin Janssen on an amazing year. Thank you for everything that you have done for this club. Now that we have gotten through all of the awards, let's send it back up to the studio to, well, me and the other 2 guys. Welcome into the OC Fan TV studio. I'm your host, Zach Barkus. Next to me is the youngest man to successfully run a live music joint, Zach Canada. Next to him is the only man in the studio to be able to say he has conquered the slopes of Breckenridge, Bryce Miller. And next to him is the man who used to run a pyramid scheme, David Arroyo. Now, actually, he just isn't here tonight. What a bum. We have finished the award show, and now we are here to break down your votes. Let's start off with the first award being the Kingston Award.
Well, Kingston Award, we had some great nominees: Antonio Carlos, Mauricio Pereira, and Felipe Martins. Somebody that I saw some fans put out there that they wished was included was Robin Janssen. But as you saw prior, he won plenty of awards. So I think he did all right not being in this category. Who would you have picked in this category, sir?
Someone who represented the badge for us, I think, still is Antonio Carlos. He did a very good job when he was here. Unfortunately, he is not with the club anymore, but he always came out with a fire and passion for this club, and that's why I believe he was selected tonight.
Yeah, I mean, win or lose, he'd always come over, greet the wall, pound on his badge. You saw his final days at the club were very emotional for him, so he deserves that for sure.
Yeah.
I definitely agree. That's somebody that went out there and was going to give everything that he had inside of him every single time he stepped on the pitch. You saw it. He left it all out there, and he left everything he had here at the club. So, like you said during the awards, best of luck to you. We hope that you enjoy your working towards your retirement.
A moment that will live rent-free. IKEA purple.
That is very true. And all the moments that we probably didn't see in the locker room, where he was trying to get that passion instilled in all the other players.
Mm-hmm.
Those will probably live on in those players' heads and hearts forever. Want to move on to the next one and go Academy Award?
Yeah, let's go ahead and talk about the Academy Award. We had some great nominees in this category too. Pedro Galese, who gave you heart attacks on the pitch nonstop. Anytime that man touched the ground, you were like, this is it. Our season's over.
Yep.
We're done. There's nothing we can do about this anymore. But, man, the depth of his acting ability, superb.
I think there was a guy that did a little bit better on this list than Pedro, and one of them being Cesar Araujo, but I don't think that is exactly who it should have been.
Oh, really?
Cesar won the award, but Rodrigo would do just about anything to try to get a foul, to try to get a call, to make something more dramatic. And that's exactly what this was.
Mm-hmm.
It was who was most dramatic in their flair and best acting on the pitch. And I think Rodrigo had a shout to be the winner there, but people didn't think so. So I concede to Cesar.
I think the fans got it spot on. I mean, you look at how many fouls he draws every match and the way he goes down and the way he draws cards out of the referee's pocket for the other team. I mean,
and not to mention the 2 times that he got fined this year for simulation. So
beautiful.
I think I did contradict what I said after the award was presented, but anything for the content, right?
Hey, heel flip, greatest of all time. Well, talking about heel flips, let's talk about people that go in with their heels on tackles.
Dangerous.
The Sean Dyche Award, probably my favorite award here on the OC Fan TV Awards. I feel like it really represents a brand of football that's kind of lost nowadays, but some of these players still embody it. One of the most Brexit moments we had all year was in the first game, within the first 5 minutes, Mr. Martino Ojeda with his studs up 2-foot tackle on the sidelines right in front of the coach's box. I thought that man was going to be it in that moment. I can't lie to you. I thought this is Mr. Brexit. But there's 2 other people that actually live and walk this Brexit life better than the others. And
I mean, Rodrigo Slagle, you saw him every match just go above and beyond physically on the field, mentally, and the opponent. And I mean, I feel like he deserved the award. Now, let me say, Warren Ojeda, that was absolutely fucking amazing.
Great tackle.
Great tackle.
Someone that did put in a bunch of great tackles is Robin Janssen, though. And some of them had that Brexit style about them, but he was sometimes calm and composed, and the tackles are just clean. So sometimes that doesn't live up to the Brexit name, as to where the man that did win the award, his middle name is Rodrigo Brexit Schlegel.
yes. I mean, so there's 2 ways to look at it, at least the way that I kind of look at it, right? You have 2 different types of defenders. Well, you have a couple different types of defenders, but you can categorize them in 2 groups. You got your semi-truck Brexit players, and then you've got your Rolls Royces, like Robin Janssen. Somebody that you never worry when he goes down the ground because you know he's timed it perfectly and he's going to win that tackle. That's not Brexit, that's just class.
Mm-hmm.
So we love that. We love you, Robin, but a man that walks and breathes Brexit is, I mean, a yellow card in the playoff game.
Another one.
Another one.
Sad exclamation point.
All right, guys. So those were some of our awards that we came up with. But let's move on to some of the more traditional ones you want to do. Let's go ahead and do a newcomer of the year. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, we did have all of them really were good nominations, but there wasn't one where we were like, we don't really think he will get it. But this one in particular, there were 3 good players here that all could have deserved this award. One just stood out more than the other, possibly because of stats. You never know.
I think it comes down to where they play on the pitch, personally.
It very much could. Bryce can never win this award because he can never put up as many goals as this guy did, just because his finishing is horrific.
I am extremely sorry. You remember that first day I put on my new boots?
And then what happened after that?
Turf.
Okay. That's what we're going with?
Yeah.
Then let's see. Is your name on the back of this card?
Should be.
Oh, that's crazy. It's not.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of is a landslide victory here. But like you said, all three of these players could have won this award, should have won this award for their own respective reasons. But the man that puts the goals up and is the front leading the line, you get the attention, you got the pressure, and when you live up to it, you reap the benefits of that. And Duncan McGuire with 84.5% of the votes in this category.
Says a lot.
I would want to know who finished second and third on that one.
I will throw it up on the screen right now if I get this far into
Because
the edit.
both of those players had very significant roles of us becoming the team we...
And possibly him scoring those goals.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we saw Dagger Dan grow into such a pivotal role in this team, and then Rafael Santos, again, another player that grew and developed right in front of our eyes and became irreplaceable in this lineup.
Yep.
So, great seasons from all those guys, but like we said, when the pressure's on you and you perform, you deserve your rewards.
Correct.
All right, so tagging along onto that, let's go ahead and do Young Player of the Year. Again, not necessarily a newcomer, but two of the people on this list are newcomers this year.
Correct.
Ramiro Enrique coming to us on a free transfer, I believe.
He was like $3 million.
$3 million. Apologies.
Free 3. Mm-hmm.
Close enough. And then Mr. Duncan McGuire, which we acquired in the dead-ass super draft.
No offense if you got drafted out of the super draft. You could be great.
No, yeah. I mean, it's a great opportunity. Good for you guys, but MLS is not doing a good job with that. So, Bryce, Young Player of the Year.
For me, I didn't think Enrique had that much of an impact in like a stretch of games for us.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Duncan, we all saw what he did, and he was getting talked. The whole league was talking about him.
Mm-hmm.
Araujo, very good player, very good at what he does, in which we don't realize some of the time how well he's doing on the pitch, because that's not where you look at. But there is still some parts of his game where you question and you aren't so sure, in which Duncan has less of those flaws in his game.
Yep. I think Araujo, like you said, is very good at what he does, but he's kind of like that offensive line, defensive line position where if he does something really good, he doesn't necessarily get that recognition for it. That's where Duncan does something really good, let's say score a goal. Obviously, you're getting the recognition for that. So that could very well play a factor into this vote, but I still believe he does deserve this award.
Yeah, definitely. Duncan burst onto the scene this year across the entire league.
Micah Richards?
Yeah.
Burst onto the scene?
Hey, there we go. We are CBS here, so. Nah, but he did burst onto the scene. He blew up. He had everybody in the league talking about him. He was up there for some of the league-wide nominees for the Young Player of the Year, so obviously deserving of this award. And with 78.9% of the vote, clearly you guys felt the same way as we do here in the studio. Let's go ahead and move on to Most Improved Player of the Year. A couple of nominees in this category with Rafael Santos, Wilder Cartagena, and Rodrigo Schlegel.
I mean, we all saw what apologies.
We don't condone that language on CBS.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
This is not Fox Sports.
Beautiful company we work for. Santos, we saw what he did. First preseason game against the Revs was god awful.
It wasn't pretty.
No,
it was
actually awful.
Indeed, it was.
Let's be fair.
Yeah.
He just grew into a player we didn't even know we needed in this team. Last season, we could say we needed a left back, but it wasn't integral to what we really needed. But he provided a lot of.
It's gonna be rough.
He provided a lot of qualities to our team that I did not see in that first game.
Mm-hmm. He did come into his own. Rafael did. As we're going back. All right, Rafael, Rodrigo, and Wilder. For Rodrigo, actually, I said at the beginning of this, there wasn't really a nominee that we were like, definitely not going to win it. That actually might be one. He did play very well in a run of about 10 games, maybe a little bit less, maybe a little bit more. But then we saw what happened at the end of the season, and he went straight back to being Rodrigo Schlegel of old.
Yeah, he honestly, maybe should have won the Academy Award because he acted like he was competent for
That's
10
fair.
games,
Yeah.
and then went back to his old ways immediately.
Mhm.
It seemed out of nowhere, but yeah, the winner of this category with Wilder Cartagena going in with 50.7% of the vote. Me personally, I don't necessarily agree. My reasoning is because I feel like Wilder's finally just gotten his opportunity to show what he's about. I feel like he's always been this guy, and we just found the system that works with him, and giving him his minutes in a run of games to be able to get consistent. And I feel like that's what made the difference. For me, it's like you said, Rafael Santos in that first preseason game.
Yep.
Boy was dead to me. Didn't want to see him anymore. And then he becomes so important to us, and then arguably turns our season around with that goal in Fort Lauderdale. I mean,
Yep.
Some would say like Pompano Beach or
Hollywood.
Satellite Beach. Or
somewhere down
Melbourne
there.
or
The
some
Everglades.
shit.
Hey, he scored the goal. Doesn't matter where it was, a goal is a goal.
100%.
And I would have to agree. I think Rafael almost got robbed of this award. Wilder technically did get better over the season, but I don't know if that was up to himself technically,
Right.
as to where Rafael controlled how well he played.
Well, we're speaking about goals. Let's go ahead and move on to goal of the year. Like I mentioned in the award show itself, Duncan's goal of the year for Orlando City Insider, Orlando Soccer Insider, whatever they call that show. I'm sorry. They awarded that goal. Was a great goal, but like the conversation that happened in our Discord today, which you can hop in the description, hop there in the links. We had a conversation about this, and we feel that all three of these goals meant more in their own respective reasoning than a random goal on some random night in Toronto. Now, was it class? Absolutely.
Yep.
But in the context of the season, all three of these goals are infinitely more important.
For me, Cartagena deserves that goal.
Here comes the glazing.
Do you want me on my knees?
Whoa.
No, I'm sorry. You should
Calm
get
down there.
on yours.
Yeah.
Calm down
Here
there.
comes the glazing.
Cartagena's goal was class, and it was above the rest of them. How he finished that ball. If we didn't have the stupid, dumbass away goal shit, Carr's goal would have provided extra time to our team in the Champions League. So if that would have brought us there, I feel like that goal may have taken the cake.
Just because of what it meant in that scenario brings it up those extra couple levels.
Yeah.
I don't disagree, but this man is about to get relegated in Turkey. So that's all I gotta say there.
Carr, I'm still trying, bro.
Yeah, so the glazing has not stopped, but clearly the fans don't agree with you, Bryce. 77.5% of the vote goes to Cartagena's goal in the playoffs against Nashville. Deservingly so.
Yeah.
I want to clear this up.
Who?
I think Cara, or I think our team's better off with Cara. So. Without. Sorry, lads.
That's crazy.
Mini heart attack right there.
I thought you lost all credibility, son.
There goes everything that we've worked for.
So working for the team is something that we see a lot of out of our defense, always playing out of the eyes of attention most of the time, but they're doing all the things that they need to help and secure a win. And being in an Oscar Pereira system, it is probably the most important players in the pitch. We have three great nominees in this category, and Robin Janssen, Rafael Santos, and Dagger Dan Thor Hollandson. With Robin Janssen taking home the slam-side victory, we kind of all expected this, but there is no defense without this guy.
That's correct. If we lost him, and it was Rodrigo, and then Antonio's still hurt at that point, let's say, him, maybe Thomas Williams, Abdi Salim, Kevin Gucci. Who knows where we end up in the table at the end of the regular season. But with him, we probably conceded about 5 to 6 less goals than we would have normally. So 94.4% of the vote, very well deserved. Swedish horseshoe Viking wall maker. Congrats.
For me, him being the defender of the year is not just his defensive efforts, but it's keeping the defenders around him in check and in line and just always doing what's needed to be done on defense. And Dagerdan was a great addition to our team, but in ways of progressing the ball forward. He was all right defensively, but that was just not what he was back there to do. And Santos on the other side, same kind of bit more defensive, but I mean, it's pretty easily Janssen.
Yeah, we wouldn't be where we were without Robin Janssen. There's no doubt about that. That's the centerpiece of our defense. Everything's built around there. Hopefully we get to bring in another, dynamic defender to play alongside him next year. Maybe, somebody to compete with Rodrigo, make him better, or potentially start over Rodrigo. Let's flip to the other side of the ball. Offensive Player of the Year, Facundo Torres, Duncan McGuire, and Ivan Angulo.
Not Ivan.
Tony?
Sign him.
Yeah, okay. Some great nominees here, but I feel like the winner is deservingly so. Facundo Torres, the guy with the most goal involvements for us this year, the guy that created 50 somewhat chances this year.
I think it was 50 flat.
Yeah. So, what we consider possibly a down year for Facundo is still a phenomenal year. So, deservingly so, I think it's Facundo.
I think he's still improved from last year, but I feel like at times in some games he would get lost and he would not be able to find his way into the game. But when he does do that, he is 100% our best attacker going forward.
Sometimes we see the best of the best players get lost. Not every game are they going to be the best player on the pitch. Even though he might be the best player on our team, sometimes Rafael Santos or Robin Janssen could have the better day on the pitch. So for him to still have, I believe it was 14 goals on the season, create those 50 chances is massive. The argument for Duncan is the goals that he contributed, and then he didn't start at the beginning of the season, so who knows what he could have done if he did start at the beginning. But I believe I can't even say half those chances. Some of Duncan's goals and chances came from Facundo because of his creativity, so it's got to be Facundo.
We don't deal in if, buts, or maybes here. We deal in absolutes. And Facundo Torres absolutely gave us the best offensive performance of the season. Moving on to the
one name, Angulo. I'm not messing around with that first name.
It's Ivan. It's not that hard.
Ivan,
there you
quit
go.
Mucking and fucking about.
Didn't even really have to talk about him in that one. No offense. You do great work, but buddy, you gotta finish
the job.
I'll teach you.
No. He will regress in his finishing ability.
Well, I don't know how much worse we can get. So maybe we'll give you a shot. But it all came down to this. The most prestigious award in football. Period. End of story. The OCFTV Most Valuable Player Award, as voted on by you, the people, between Wilder Cartagena, Facundo Torres, and Robin Janssen. It was Robin Janssen at 45.1% of the vote.
I believe Facundo was up there, right along, semi in the numbers, close to Robin. But like I said, we might not end up in the same position as we were if it wasn't for Robin. We looked at the numbers in the last podcast. Facundo created 50 chances. Mauricio Pereira created 45. So those chances were still being created, maybe not of the same quality, but someone can replicate those numbers, as to where Robin Janssen has the soccer IQ of the whole team combined. So for him to be able to make certain tackles, be in certain spots at the right time, is critical for us to be able to keep a clean sheet one day, or only concede one, and then we go on to score with Facundo up there. But it all starts from the back. And the classic saying of defense wins championships could have rung true this year, but it came close.
Schlegel made sure that didn't happen.
Margins. And as you get into the playoffs and further on, the margins become finer. Robin Janssen, the man that's expected to wear the armband for us next season with Mauricio being gone. The new El Capitan, however we say that in Norse.
Norse.
Going back to Viking. Congratulations, Robin. Thank you guys for
Hold up.
a year.
You remember life before this man, Robin Johnson?
Levine Sane, Chris Schuler, Jonathan Spector. I have respect for that man.
Yeah, but we were always begging for that solidity in the back. And
We had
once he came in, we finally got that. And we got players to surround him with. And in which he has a case. He has been the MVP since he got here. So
I think he's up until this season, and even still part of this season, Robin has gone underappreciated for what he has done, and now he's getting some of that recognition, and I love for it to keep going because he is integral in what we do and how he goes about his business. So
I'm interested to see who we sign alongside him and who, we find somebody that complements him and elevates his level.
Mhm.
So hopefully that's what we do. Thank you guys so much for another great year of fan reacts, of listening to the pod, of getting involved in our Discord. We appreciate you guys. I appreciate you guys. And Dave,
nah.
we appreciate you too.
frig off.
Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell to see every time we post. We are back consistent posting. This next year will be consistent party lights because it is the new year, last episode of the year. Hopefully it comes out before the new year. Maybe it doesn't. And this is the new year. We'll see. Either way, we hope you had a good one or have a good one. Follow us on Instagram at OCFanTV, on TikTok at OCFanTV, on X at OCFanTV22. If you're listening to us, then you found us. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. If you're watching us, then you already know what to do. Check out our Us on Believe's website, and thank you to our sponsor of today's episode, Bet Online. Use that 50% welcome bonus, Believe, to get your 50% welcome bonus. Thank you guys, and we'll see you in the new year.
Come on, you Lions.
Almost.